once again, people, welcome to yet another episode of Marvelous Monstrosities and, well, Devilish Designs. So this one's not really going to be too much of a fancy, crazy thing. It's yet another grenade mod, basically. I want to keep it simple and straightforward, something very quick we could just check out. And so, yeah, we're just going to be checking out something called gravity grenades, apparently, which is adopted from code related to the gravity and the coding as part of the grenade procedure. It basically will override the grenade launcher. Each grenade fired will randomly change the gravity anywhere from about 2900 to almost 0. So essentially, you basically have a grenade launcher that will fire at any, distance. And it's totally random, so you have, 0 control over any of this. If the gravity, however, falls below 350, the gravity is altered for 30 seconds to 0, whereby the player is also kicked into the air and will proceed to bounce off the walls. Okay then, that sounds insane. At the end of this time, the gravity is shifted back to what it would have been, and the player is returned to walking mode. That sounds rather crazy. And yeah, I'm getting... He's basically saying retains his name as author and all that, and basically you must distribute all that, but then he doesn't really give a name. Yeah. Basically all he gives is some email addresses, kabelionets.com, weird name, and jconnet@softronics.com. So is this 2 people, or... I have no idea. I don't know if this is him giving 2 email addresses. If it's 2 email addresses, where's his name? He's saying his name as author is going to be included, so where is it? So anyway, you gotta retain the last gravity to avoid hitting the same gravity multiple times. You have in depth a certain little thing. And other than that, you basically have a bunch of different stuff going on with weapons. Primarily the axe damage is going to be higher, to make up for the loss of grenade damage. Also, grenades can be modified, and jump codes going to be included, and all that wonderful stuff. Let's check it out. So apparently the axe is also going to be slightly more powerful. Not really that much different as far as I'm getting. But who knows? What's a map I haven't really done? I don't know. I don't really care at the moment. Let's choose E3M7. It's a weird episode weather thing. Let's run at something and hit it with the axe. I can now jam zombies with just the axe. That's how more powerful this thing is. Is this freaking overpowered or what? I really hate this mod. Gruesome guts. Gruesome gore. Die. Well, that was easy. Okay, we want Impulse 9 in, because I don't really have, the ability just to find a grenade launcher on the map. Then again... And first of all, I'll experiment this way, then I'll try and see if it can be picked up if it gives you a different name. So, see those zombies over there? Gravity was changed to... Oh, I see, you hit it and then the gravity changes. But yeah, now the, it doesn't actually, do any damage, really. Or as much. It takes a lot more to really, hurt something. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. I want to do a map whereby that's not going to happen to me, because that was horrible. Okay, DM1's a great map, because it has a grenade launcher. And let's see here. Where is the grenade launcher at? I think it's behind the hidden wall. Actually, no, that's the 200 health. It's on the opposite side on a little tiny ledge over there. Okay, over there we go. I think I kind of took the wrong way, but here we are. It's still the grenade launcher. Nothing really fancy. I want to go out to the courtyard area. I want, a giant open area whereby I could just, test this thing. I guess this is good enough. Let's see here. I toss a grenade. Normally gravity is 300, but right now it's 0. And look at that. I just am able to bounce around like a maniac. Yep, because it's under 350, so I'm bouncing around like crazy before it will switch back to normal. Eventually. And by normal... It means I essentially can't move normally. I'm jumping. Gravity's 0, so it's I basically have to rely entirely on bouncing around. And I can't just walk. Oh, and now gravity is 14.9. So it's like super high augmented gravity. So after a bit of time, it changes again. Alright. So as you see, now I'm no longer bouncing like a maniac. What happens to this? Oh god! Oh god! Gravity is ridiculously high! Now I will barely be able to do anything. It'll just drop me down and hurt me. Ridiculously high gravity. I shoot again. Barely got anywhere. And now it's a lot less. In fact, it's almost about vanilla. I think vanilla gravity is like, I want to say more like 600. I want to say, maybe? I'm trying to remember exactly. 800 is a bit too low. You can barely like get on this platform without nearly dying. So I want to say gravity was 600 SV gravity. At this moment, I'm trying to recall. Let's think here for a second. I'm gonna look here. It's 800. Oh, okay. So apparently that's why it's so close. It's 835, so it's just slightly more than a normal gravity right now. So this is pretty much normal gravity with a slight bit less. See, I'm apparently assuming I normally had better gravity than I did have. I don't know why I thought that, but okay, this is slightly better gravity. Yeah, so this is slightly better than like vanilla gravity right now. I'm able to like jump a little bit higher, which is convenient. Until I shoot another grenade, the things get messed up. And now I'm just bouncing around like a maniac again, because we're back to 0. Yep. So you're gonna have this bouncing around. It's going to just keep bouncing around all over creation. Be nice if there was a real hideout area to go. You're gonna have this point where you're going to get stuck on the ground. Or maybe this time it won't happen. Nope, here it is. You get stuck on the ground again, you jump. And then I think it resets to another gravity. It's rather weird how that happens. Now, one thing I am curious about is, if you notice, it changes to another gravity. What if I stayed stationary? Would it ever change? That's a good question. Now I need to figure this out. Back gravity, come on, try again. Okay, now it's 0. Brilliant. Now we can try out. I'm not going to jump, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to let it bounce me around all around creation. And we're going to see. I'm stuck on this light right now. I can't even move off the light. That's how stuck I get once gravity hits 0. Now, if I jumped, it would change on me, but I don't want to jump. I just want to see, does it change naturally? Do I need to jump or to like continue? Yep, it works fine. You wait like a few more seconds and it'll basically change over. Now, good question. How long does it take? I want to say it takes like only a few seconds or something like that. What's the year? I think it started like 403. So if you watch the bouncing, it's going to take about like 10 seconds. Maybe 16, 17. Oh god, nearly hit the lava. I don't want to hit the lava. Yeah, it looks like it's going to take 20 seconds or so. A little bit more than 20 seconds apparently. Looks like it's going for 30 seconds. Okay, so it's about 30 seconds. And then it basically changes over. That one, it kind of continued to bounce. It seems like if you get stuck somewhere, you get stuck. But otherwise, then it changes over eventually to something else after like 30 seconds. And then you basically have now this ridiculously high gravity. And you could kill someone with this gravity and not having to worry about gravity change on you. You have the ability to jump up here and that'll be very cheaty and abuse this low gravity. And that's really the thing. It basically seems to be, because it's SV, it has to control the gravity of the server. So that means it's changed the gravity for everyone. SV gravity is a variable that basically means server. And that's basically intended to basically control everyone at once. So what this is doing is every time someone fires a grenade, it's messing it up for everyone. Needless to say, it can get very chaotic and very crazy, and that's probably the intention of this. Not so much for one person, because one person, it gets pretty dull. You know, it's almost like abusive in the fact that you can really get over areas you couldn't before. But with multiple people, you could almost like have like people tossing grenades and changing the variable constantly, and you have zero idea what's going to be next. And yeah, that seems to be the general idea of this one, at least. Very simple, very basic, but it's different. At least it's doing something that's not a pipe bomb or what's the other one? There's the pipe bombs, and then there's the ones that are like proximity mines. That's it. Basically, those two are like ridiculously used when it comes to grenades, and there's like no creativity whatsoever. So seeing something like this is pretty welcoming, because while it's not the most useful, it's not something I would ever use on my server or anything like that, it is something that's at least interesting, and the fact that it's different, it stands out. So gimmicky in a way ends up becoming kind of a benefit, because you end up with a little bit of a amusing thing, if you will. It's something you could amuse yourself with for a few minutes at least, as you see here. And then you kind of get bored with it, and you never play with it again. Of course, one thing I don't like about this modification is the ATs. I don't like the increase in damage of the ATs. I get the idea that they're going for, because the grenade now isn't so powerful. You're not able to, like, kill even zombies with it, if you notice. But the ATs is so overpowered, and because it doesn't require any ammo, you're essentially making it way too easy to, like, kill things in the normal single-player game. If you notice, I'm now able to kill zombies with one hit with gnats, which just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the game anymore. It feels like it's been highly nerfed. And yeah, it doesn't feel worth it for the gravity grenades, which mess up gravity in your single-player game anyway. So anyway, that really is that. Nothing really fancy. Just a simple grenade mod. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. It's kind of been pointless, and I shall see you all, well, next time.